Hey everybody, how's it going? Today's video, I got my bearings. So let's do, I don't know, top 3 dirtiest jobs. Let's put bearings in my trailer. Prepare yourself, this is gonna be messy. Okay, we're here at the dirty bench, because that's what it is. If you don't like getting dirty, this is not the job for you. Okay, first things first, I gotta pull the seal out. This is not a seal puller. I believe these are barbed wire fences. They work good. Okay. Take out your inner bearing. I'm just going to throw that right in the trash. Okay, now get some of this crud out of here. Again, I don't enjoy this job, but it needs to be done, so. I had gloves on, but I ripped them, so. Back to bare handing it. Okay, just go in there, get as much of the axle grease out as you can, and you know, make your life a little bit easier later on. Okay, now on the other side, we got a small race, and on this side we have a big race. Okay, you want to change your races and your bearings together as a pair. And again, I'm just going to hillbilly this because that's kind of what I'm in the mood for. Take a punch. People say to use brass. I agree. I don't have a big brass punch, so I'm going to use a piece of pipe and just be careful. Now, if you look inside here, I don't know if you guys could see it, there's a lip there, okay? The races are slightly smaller than the rest of the bore. Okay, and the reason why I'm cleaning this out, I want to get a good shot at the race. Okay, now all I'm going to do, take whatever you want to use. You said if you're worried about damaging things, use a piece of brass. Okay? Give it a good hit. Hit one side and then the other. Okay. Out comes your small race right here. And I'm going to huck that into the garbage. Now flip this son of a gun around. Same thing on this side. There's a small lip. This one's a little bit harder to get out. I had one earlier that absolutely fought me. Okay, grab the lip, hit your thumb, which I just did. Okay, let's start moving, then go to the other side. When it comes, once it gets moving, usually you'll have no problems. Okay, now again, stick your rag in there. Try and push all that grease and oil out. There's just no two ways about it. This is a dirty, dirty, dirty job. Just gonna grab some more rags. Okay, just gonna spray inside the bore here, brake clean. Hey, we're actually using brake clean to do brake work on this channel. I think that's the first time ever. Okay, just get it as clean as you can. It's not going to be perfect. It's a trailer. It is what it is. Okay, now I want to resurface the area where the magnets sit. Just going around the edge where the seal goes. I need a bigger air compressor when we get into the bigger shop that's happening. Okay, now a lot of crud in the corners. And I'm just gonna go around, bust up most of this rust. These aren't too rusty. If they were, I'd just replace them. Okay, go all the way around here. Let's do that. Again, it's just a trailer. Yeah, I had a bunch of people say you should replace this and that. I'm good. If you're making a living with your trailer and you need it to be perfect, by all means, you know, make it as minty as you can. This one, basically, I just want the fenders to keep the rocks off my truck, and just I want it to be safe going down the road. But again, this trailer's not going to be, you know, this trailer's going to move once a week. It's not going to sit a lot. So I don't have to worry too much about this rust again. My trailers don't sit, but they also don't go super far. Okay, just cleaning out this bore, prepping it. Same thing with this one. Okay, now, if you have a bearing driver set or, you know, the right tools to do this, by all means, look away. Again, one fella can't have every tool. I'd like to, but that's just not the way the world is. Just gonna grab 2 brand new races. Okay, so your small end goes out, big end goes in. Okay, same thing for the inside and outside. Got new bearings here. Okay, now I like to push these in by hand just to get them going. And again, if you're worried about breaking this, use a brass mallet, etc., etc. Something like this, just to get it going. Okay, now all I'm going to do here, I'm going to take one of my old bearing races, skinny end down, just start hammering this in. You got to hit it fairly hard, but not too hard. Okay, now, if you're going to use your old race, don't go too far, or you might get the race stuck. Oh, look, and I just did that now. Now it's stuck. So, all we're going to do here is grab this. That might not work. I was actually horsing around, guys, but I actually got it stuck. There's a small lip there. There you go, okay? That's how you do it. Yeah, you can buy tools and make it fancy. I'm not a fancy kind of feller. But, okay, seat it all the way in until it's all the way down against the shoulder. Now I'll take the other side, same thing. Wipe out the bore. Grab our new race here. Wipe it off. Skinny side down. Always check your progress. Now, I do have a race driver set, but I thought, you know, let's keep this simple for people. I mean, let's be honest. How often are most people going to do this job? Now, I think this one's all the way down. You can always look through the back and see. Yeah, and it's seated, so we're good to go. Okay, I'm just going to pause you guys here. Now, we got to put the rear, the bigger of the bearings back in, and then the seal. Okay, you can't, that's the thing. If you're going to check your bearings on one of these types of axles, you have to replace the seal because you can't get the rear bearing out. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties. I've had the same grease gun. I figured it out. I bought it when I was in high school. I was probably 16 when I got my first job pulling wrenches at a Goodyear tire shop. Then I worked at Canadian Tire for years. But I bought a brand new grease gun, and I've used it for 6 months, and it's broken already. So back to the 25-year-old one. Anyhow, that's just the way stuff goes now, I guess. This is a bearing packer, okay? I like these because it lessens the mess. Now, the reason why I was getting rid of this grease gun is it doesn't do a full pump anymore and it leaks. It's super greasy. Okay, take your... and the fitting on it leaks, which makes me not happy. Let's tighten this thing up. Your bearing packer. Put your grease gun on there. There we go. Now all this does is forces grease through the bearing. I'll show you guys once it starts coming through. Wonder how many million miles this grease gun has on it. See, it's still not coming through yet. Should be getting close. And I was hoping to use the new grease gun today, but what I should do is replace this fitting. Okay, undo this. Should go a little faster on the next one. Okay, all that does is push grease through the bearing. Okay, you unscrew the top from the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to try and leave a bunch of this grease in here. Okay, smear a little on the outside. Now I'm just going to stick this right into there. Okay, I'm going to do that with the next 3 bearings. Okay, and last but not least is put your seal in. Now this kit came with 2 different seals. It said green or red. Well, the funny thing is my old seals are green, but they're too small. My new seals are red. And the way I confirm that is, if you guys can see, this seal is slightly smaller than this seal. I just went outside and slipped them over my axles, okay? This seal goes in to the end like that. Just making a mess, gotta love it. Okay, and then all I'm gonna do is just gently there we go. I'm just going to drive these in until they're flush. Okay. And that's about it. Do your outer bearings, same as the inners. The difference is the outers do not have a seal on them, just the back side. One of the problems with this trailer was the seals were blown out and it was leaking oil all into the brakes or grease. Not a good deal. But there you guys go. I'll do that 3 more times and then we'll go outside and put it all together. Okay, let's assemble these axles. Outer bearing that's pre-greased. Fit that in there, push all the grease in. And there's a washer with a flat edge. And then a nut. Now again, you can torque these. Dexter Axel says 50 foot-pounds while turning it. Now if you notice, this brake's kind of tight. I'm going to run it like that. I've pre-adjusted all the brakes so they're just slightly dragging. That way they'll adjust themselves and they should be fine. Okay, that'll seat them nicely, the brake pads, and we shouldn't have any troubles. I'm going to grab a pair of channel locks. If you don't have I think this is like 1 1/4 inches. Again, I've always done it this way. Okay, get it so it's snug, and while turning it, snug it down tight. Okay, make sure you're turning it. I usually loosen it off. I'll do that twice. So I find on the second time, it goes a little bit farther. Now loosen it off. Now I just go like this, finger tight. Okay, that should set up your bearings. Again, whoever did these last time over tightened them. 2 of these bearings were so tight I almost had to put an impact gun on them. That's what cooked them, just improperly adjusted and no grease. My buddy T-Dog, good subscriber to this channel, he's been on this channel forever. He was telling me about bearing buddies. Well, when you get to a commercial axle like these 5,200-pound Dexters, you get this. Okay, this is drilled for a grease zerk and has holes right through the axle, and this pumps grease right into your bearings. Okay, now all I'm going to do is pull this off and just like that, put the cap back on. Now if you want to grease these, take the center out, which is rubber, and do it up. Okay, I'm just going to put the wheels on, torque them. You guys know the deal. Take this thing for a rip. Okay, we're ripping down the highway here. Got the trailer behind. This thing definitely tows nicer now. When I first got it, it was pulling me side to side. This trailer was all over the place. Well, I think that's because one axle was dragging and just wasn't a good deal. I'm going to slow down here, friends. Okay, I got my gain adjusted on my brake controller. Let's see how this thing stops now. You can definitely tell that this thing's got brakes. They're still adjusting themselves. 2 of them are locking up. I got a little bit too much brake here still. And I'm just going to keep turning it down. Let's see what we got now. All I'm doing, I could feel the brakes. There we go. I could feel the brakes kind of pulling at the back of the truck. Yeah, I'm happy. Dirty job. Many hours devoted to this, but now I got the perfect trailer, the trailer that I've always wanted. I've always wanted a 20-foot flat deck, because it doesn't limit me. I could haul anything I'm going to need to haul on it, and you know, whether that be lumber for around the yard, logs for firewood, trucks, trailers, you know, my skid steer. This is the perfect trailer for me, and it definitely tows smooth now. I can feel the difference 100%. Now I will say my right front brake and my left rear brake still aren't locking up with the gain. The front two, or the other two that are locking, were extra tight, so I have a feeling I may have to manually adjust these brakes, but they are self-adjusting, so with some time it will eventually spin that wheel around, so I might just leave it for now. But anyhow, friends, another project, ripping down the highway in the 7.3 turbo diesel, and the only thing left to do now, I gotta clean up the wiring in my truck for my trailer. I gotta do some wiring in the front of the trailer, and I welded up all my fenders this weekend, so they're fixed. The fenders had some cracks in them. I welded them the best I could considering it's freezing cold out, and gave them a quick shot of asphalt undercoating, and they're good to go. Anyhow, I'll hit you guys back up when we're in the yard. Okay, we're back home. I will end up adjusting a couple of these brakes. I know I'm getting brakes on all four corners. It stops straight, but this one doesn't lock and that one doesn't lock. The rest of them do. The other two do. So I'll probably just go under there and, you know, use the adjuster. They will eventually adjust, but I'm kind of impatient. Okay, next thing to do, we literally just shut this off. Check the hubs. Ice cold, okay? And now, look. Can you hear that? There's just a little bit of lash in them. You can hear it, okay? I'll go around to the other side here. Just little things that you need to know if you're gonna tow trailers. And again, cool to the touch. Okay, there's just a little bit of lash. Same with this one. There you guys go. This kind of concludes Project Heavy Hauler 96 7.3 turbo diesel. I had a 6.5 turbo diesel. Did lots of work to this truck. Step bars, tires, headache rack, lights, light bar, full exhaust, airbags, and then I finished it off with this trailer. And this trailer looks right behind this truck. I don't care who you are. It's a good looking package. So I'm gonna miss this trailer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I'll probably clean it up a bit and send it down the road. That trailer tolls like $1 million. You'd never know it's behind you. Smooth. It's actually a really nice trailer to tow, but the axles are bent, etc. This one's nice to tow too. You do feel it though. This trailer weighs probably 1,500 pounds more than that trailer, so you can definitely feel it. But there you guys go. Well, that brings Project Trailer to an end. Really excited to use this thing. The main thing for me is I wanted a heavier trailer. I'm always maxing the GVW of my other trailer, and the axles are bent and it's just falling apart. This trailer, I can haul a couple cord of wood or my skid steer or whatever on it, and it should do the job nicely. Total cost to do brakes and bearings was like 400 bucks Canadian. And that just goes to show you can buy a trailer that needs work, you know, get $1,000 off of it and then do the work yourself, and then you know what you got. I wouldn't buy a trailer and not yank the bearings out of it and have a look. That's just me. Now I know what I got. I got no issues, no concerns, and I have brakes and good bearings. I'll tow this thing anywhere now and not worry about it. Anyhow, friends, work on your own stuff, and it's very rewarding, and often, you know, you can get a better deal on something if it needs some work. So that's always been my mantra. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later.